Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's vlog, I am attempting to bake my first pie. Not all in one day, but we're starting the process today because I don't have a pie dish. So I want to go check my local thrift store to see if they have a pie dish or something similar that I could use to make my first pie. So my boyfriend's birthday is next Monday and he's more of a pie guy than a cake guy. So I want to try and bake him a pie. I've watched a couple TikToks and it actually doesn't seem that difficult. So fingers crossed that this goes well. If it doesn't, at least we tried. I'm gonna go to the thrift store and see if they have a pie dish. Okay, I'm back from the thrift store and I got a lot more than just a pie dish. They had their fall decor out, which I was not expecting. So I didn't get a legit pie dish, but I got something similar. I don't know what this is, but it's gonna work, I think. I Googled, can pie dishes have holes in the bottom? And it said yes. I guess some pie dishes are specifically made with holes in the bottom to get a crustier, like a crispier crust, which sounded good to me. Again, this is definitely not a pie dish, but it's aluminum, it's the right size, and it was the closest thing I had. I did get one other baking item. I got a bread pan. So this is the bread pan that I currently have. Amazing, very fall coated. But it obviously only works for bread that will have this as the top. So you like make it upside down. So if I ever wanted to make a type of bread or loaf that had something on top, this doesn't work as well. So I just wanted to get a basic one, and that's exactly what this is. And I really like the color. I feel like with the changing seasons and the cozier months, I definitely get more into my baking area. Oh, there's a cat outside. Okay. Now into the fall decor that I got. Very like ceramic themed. I got 2 ceramic pumpkins. Then I got 2 light up, and they both still work. Okay, I swear this one worked. Okay, it's very dull. I might have to ask Andrew to help fix that. I think they'll be super cute on our fireplace mantle at night, hopefully lit up. And the last thing I got is just this little fake floral arrangement with a pumpkin in it. I don't know. I think I was also imagining this in the kitchen or maybe on the fire mantle in like a smaller vase. It is the next day. I think the last thing I filmed were some clips of a little fall decor shopping. I think this video is slowly turning into a little bit of transitioning into fall season, just a little bit. My best friend Lauren and I went to World Market and Target last night, and I did get a couple of things, so I thought I would show you. So we went to World Market first. First thing I got is this set of 4 taper candles. And then do you remember the fake flowers that I got at the thrift store? I got this jar that I think is gonna be the perfect size for those flowers. Maybe I should go get them and test it. Let me go grab them. Okay, I got the flowers. Let's see. Okay, whoa, little tall, but I can cut the stems to be shorter, and so I think if it's like that. Oh, and then I got this Guarani pumpkin spice sauce, and that was everything I got at World Market. Then we went to Target, and we were specifically on the hunt for the Chobani pumpkin spice creamer. This pairing right here. I did get a fall candle. This is the vanilla pumpkin candle by the brand Threshold. It smells so good, and I really liked the look of this candle. I thought it looked pretty nice, so I got that. Then I got a rolling pin for baking the pie and just any future baking needs. And then the last thing I got is probably my most exciting purchase. I got my first Awala, and this is a part of the Magnolia collection, so it's not in the water bottle section at Target. It's in that staged area of the home decor section where there are some fall stuff put out, but it's like the Magnolia brand. That's where this is. There's a couple color combos. I think this one was the best. The thing is also, what is that even called? The straw sipper is also brown. That is everything I got yesterday at World Market and Target. Good morning, everyone. We are on our way to Trader Joe's. Andrew's right here. And we're gonna do, I don't know if you've seen that TikTok trend where couples, or I guess it doesn't have to be couples, play rock, paper, scissors at Trader Joe's, and then whoever wins gets to pick the meal for that course. So we're gonna do drinks, appetizer, entree, side, and dessert. All right, see you at Trader Joe's. Now I am going to make the filling for the apple pie that I'm making for Andrew's birthday. I have a bag of apples here, and we're just gonna get to peeling, cutting, coring. That's what we're gonna do next. Is all my apple pie filling, so I'm gonna go put this in the fridge. Okay, hi everyone, it is the next day and I'm about to make the pie crust. We're gonna make the dough and then it's gonna chill in the fridge for 4 hours. So I have my flour, my sticks of butter, salt, and water. That's all we need for the crust. I've mixed the flour and the salt in, and you're gonna add 2 sticks of cold butter, but I'm gonna chop them up into little cubes so it's a bit easier to incorporate. Okay, we've got our cubes of butter. Now I'm going to add it into the bowl. Okay, so I don't have a pastry cutter, but basically I'm just gonna smash the cold chunks of butter into the flour until we form a dough. Now you can kind of see the chunks of butter are broken down, and so now I'm gonna add cold water. I think I'm just gonna mix it with my hands. This is what it's currently looking like, pretty good. Okay, it's definitely a bit drier now, so I'm going to split it into 2 for the 2 crusts, the top and the bottom, and then wrap it in plastic wrap and put it in the fridge. Yay, we have our crusts. Okay, it's been 4 hours. I grabbed my dough from the fridge. I also grabbed all my pie filling, and the oven is preheating to 415. Oh, this is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be because it's so cold. Fold in the extra dough. for the top crust. Not bad. Oh! Okay, don't do that. Okay, so with some of the leftover dough, I added an A and a 26. We're gonna do 15 minutes at 415 degrees and then bring it down to 400 for 30 to 40 minutes. There she goes. You can't even see it, but she's going in. Andrew's slicing it into his birthday pie. Seems pretty soupy. I wonder if I could have baked it for longer. Welcome to my bookshelf. I wanted to sit down and talk about all the books that are on my fall TBR list. As you all know, I am on the second Crescent City book, so I definitely want to finish that this fall. I'm currently reading that, and then I put a bunch of holds for books on my fall TBR list at the library, and I got a notification that one was ready this week, so I did go to the library and I picked up that book and then a couple other ones that I found. So we're going to start with those books because I actually have the physical copies. So the book that I had on hold at the library is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This is a very popular book. Seems like for good reason. It has very great reviews, and it's like a dark academia book that I think will be perfect for fall. I haven't really read dark academia before, but I am very excited to get into it. So then while I was at the library, they have this table that I think is like the best sellers table, but it's walk-in only, so you can't place holds on any of these copies online. You can only get them if you're in person at the library. And I saw that they had Barrier Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, which is another book I've heard a ton about. I can imagine it's like really hard to get a hold of at libraries, but they had this on the special walk-in table. So I did start this one. I think I'm about like 70 pages in, and I am so intrigued by this book. Oh my god, if you've read this, without giving any spoilers, comment below what you thought of it. I'm so excited about this so far. Definitely gives spooky, witchy, mystery vibes, perfect for fall. So it says 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high, and one grows deep, and one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. What? It follows 3 different women at different times in history. So one is set in the 1500s, one set in the 1800s, and then one set in 2019. Loving this so far. I'm jumping between reading the physical book and audiobook on Spotify just so I can get through it a bit quicker. And then the last book that I found at the library I'd never heard of, but I was very intrigued by the cover. It's called The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Long. Look how cute this is. Like, that is so, like, such cozy, magical vibes. A wandering fortune teller finds an unexpected family in this warm and wonderful debut fantasy, perfect for readers of Travis Baldree and Sangu Mandana, which I haven't read any of their books before, but some of them are on my TBR list. Okay, so now I'll get into the ones that are still on my TBR list, but I don't have physical copies of yet. Okay, one that I'm really excited to read and I'm hoping to read after I get through all of these books is A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. It sounds super cozy. The cover just looks so cute. A whimsical and heartwarming novel about a witch who has a second chance to get her magical powers and her life back on track. From the national best-selling author of The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, which is also on my TBR list. I also want to read that this year. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches is a heartwarming and uplifting novel about about an isolated witch whose opportunity to embrace a quirky new family and a new love changes the course of her life. Along the same theme, I also want to read In the Company of Witches by Aurelie Wallace. The cover, are you kidding me? Come on. It looks so cute. When a guest dies in the B&B she helps her aunts run, a young witch must rely on some good old-fashioned investigating to clear her aunt's name in this magical and charming new cozy mystery. I'm developing a theme here with my fall TBR list. Coziness, witches, that's kind of it. This is also set in a New England town, so is The Secret History. I know they're completely different vibes, but, you know. I also want to read The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. And is that part of a series? Yes, it is. Great. Another fantasy series to get invested in. Speaking of, I also want to read The Jasad Heir by Sarah Hashem. In this Egyptian-inspired debut fantasy, a fugitive queen strikes a deadly bargain with her greatest enemy and finds herself embroiled in a complex game that could resurrect her scorched kingdom or leave it in ashes forever. Enemies to lovers trope. I'm calling it right now. A lot of my recommendations are coming from Heather McClary. Okay, what else do we have? Let's see. Oh, okay. I really want to read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I know it's not the best book, but I'm not expecting it to be like the best book in the world, you know? Like, I am taking it for what it is, which to me looks like an incredibly cozy fall Gilmore Girls-esque book. That's all I want. Small town, found family, spicy, like pumpkin spicy. I didn't know there was spice in this. I just want to give it a try, okay. So I also have The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo on here. I haven't read any of her other books. I really want to read the Shadow and Bone trilogy and the Six of Crows duology. There's just so many fantasy series that I didn't want to add all of them to my fall TBR list specifically. They're honestly, the fantasy series are in its own section. Okay, the last book I have on my fall TBR list as of right now is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. The Silent Patient is a shocking psychological thriller of a woman's act of violence against her husband and of the therapist obsessed with uncovering her motive. That sounds really good. Wow, I'm excited. I need to get reading. So that is my fall TBR list. I am definitely still taking suggestions. Please comment down below any books you think I should read this fall. Cozy vibes, magical witchy vibes, thriller vibes. I'm game for honestly whatever. I have no idea if I'll get through all of these books or not, but a girl can dream. We're being ambitious. We're embracing this hyperfixation on reading at the moment, and we're just gonna run with it. Yeah, that's my fall TBR list. Okay, book update. I finished Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I think I mentioned earlier I was jumping between the physical copy and listening to it on audiobook, so I definitely got through it faster than I expected because I was able to listen to it on audio. I feel like that is such a hack, especially with bigger books, to do both if you can, because you just get through it so much quicker. But yeah, I finished Bury Our Bones, gave it a 5-star rating on Goodreads. This was such a good book, and I didn't realize that it only came out in June, I believe, this year, so it's a pretty new book. Toxic lesbian vampires, following them throughout different periods of time. Their stories are all interconnected. The narration of the audiobook was really good. I really liked the narrator. Perfect for fall. This was just what I needed. Also, it's 60 degrees out right now. There's a breeze. It's a little chilly in my house with the windows open, so I'm fully dressed like it's fall. I have my pumpkin spice latte in my mug. It is such a vibe today. But I am gonna go return this to the library, so I wanted to give you my review before I returned the book. Like I said, 5 stars. This is my first V.E. Schwab book, but I've heard that the concept of this book is very similar to her other well-known book, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I believe. I actually think the two universes might be connected in some way, the two stories. There might be, I don't know. I haven't read the other ones, so I didn't pick up on any of the connections, but now I'm adding The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue to my TBR list. I loved that it jumps through different time periods. You're in the 1500s, one chapter, then you're present day, 2019, then you meet the third character, Charlotte, in the 1800s, and I just loved that it jumped around. You're also jumping around with the different stories of the different characters and how they're all connected. Obviously, I'm not going to give away the ending, but I enjoyed the ending. I don't know if I would say I didn't see it coming. Reflecting on all the characters' decisions, I think the ending made a lot of sense to me. I think that the decisions of the characters made a lot of sense, and I honestly was pretty content with the ending. Okay, but with that, I think I'm gonna end this video here, you know, wrapping it up nicely, finishing my first book on my fall TBR list. We're gonna go return it to the library, and then I have another one of my fall TBR books on hold at the library. It's The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I don't think I'm gonna start that one next though, because I still have the 2 other books that I checked out from the library that I'll need to return in a couple weeks. So I think, you know, still reading Crescent City. I won't forget about Crescent City. I think I'm gonna start The Teller of Small Fortunes today, because I think I could get through this pretty quickly. So I think we're gonna do this one next. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below some of the things you're excited about for this fall. I'm so excited. If I haven't made that already clear, fall is my favorite season. It brings me so much joy, and yeah, I'm just super excited for this season of coziness and reading and baking and crocheting and all the things. Maybe in my next video, I'll share my fall bucket list that my friends and I crafted together. I think that would be kind of fun. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you in my next video.